No! Oh, you gotta watch the full episode to see what happens. On today's Do You Even Care?
Adam McKay gave me this sauna to trap my friends in until they care about the earth as much as I do. This is Do You Even Care?
Today's guest is Michael Burns! Michael!
Hi, thanks for having me.
We're now trapped.
Okay.
You think you're a man who cares a lot.
Yes.
But this is going to measure actually from the moment you walked in till now. So you're starting at it's like curve. Do you know what I mean? You're like a smart kid.
Yeah.
So you're a curve. Curves are fur.
I don't think you are a curve. I think you're graded on the curve. And then the smart kid raises the curve. So then the middling kids get mad at the smart kid.
Yeah.
Because then it inherently lowers their grades, I think.
We're talking about caring today. What is something you care too much about?
I care way too much if I smile at someone walking down the street and they don't smile back or they don't even acknowledge me as a human, I get deeply upset.
Yeah. I speak at high schools sometimes, and that was one of the messages that I would tell everyone, is I'm like, get fired up. I'm like, if you're walking in the hallway and you passed another human and you don't acknowledge their humanity, what are you doing? You're both pretending you don't exist?
Did the kids listen? Do you?
I don't know. Sometimes they listen. I got a few nice emails, but no, largely.
It makes you think sometimes that we're just doomed as a species, because I know we'll talk about the planet and stuff, but like if you can't raise your head and go,
yeah, that's a little
because what sacrifice are you willing to make if you won't go?
Last follow-up question on this. You think other species crush this? Like you're like looking
Dogs. They sniff butt, they say hi,
and you're like, we should do our sniff butt.
Yeah, and even when they bark, they're acknowledging, like, you're a dog, I'm a dog, I might feel threatened, but I'm acknowledging your canine existence. Whereas you walk by the human and they just go, it's like you are acting like I'm nothing.
That's where you go, ruff.
I should start.
Yeah.
I probably
That's where you go.
should do that.
That's a great thing to care about. Yeah. Something that I care about a lot, and you care about a lot, is the Earth. Planet Earth! So here's what's gonna happen.
Yes.
You and I are gonna go in this bucket of facts.
Bucket of facts.
You'll grab a fact. You and I will talk about it. I'll kind of check in with you emotionally. Based on that, we'll move up or down.
I feel like I'm sweating so much more than you already.
Well, it's about to get hotter. It's time to...
Oh, I feel that.
No one at home will understand how hot it is.
Unless they watch it in a sauna on an iPad in a plastic bag.
We're doing that immersive 4D experience. We're shooting this on IMAX.
Make sure you say tell us in the comments if you're watching it in a sauna. You gotta have stuff like that.
Heads.
Yeah.
Just watching it on their phone in a sauna.
Oh, you should dub this in Finnish.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Whole culture of sauna people.
Yeah. Hey, and our Finnish fans, please.
Olkaa hyvä. Meillä on teille jotain tulossa pian.
You're gonna be like their hot ones guy.
That's a good point. Michael, here we go. It's time for the first fact whenever you're ready.
And do I read or do I hand to you to read?
Yeah, you would read, and then remember the second camera up there if you want to make eye contact with the fans.
Sure.
You don't have to.
Only the Finns. If you're not Finnish, look away.
Non-Finns, please step away.
If you're a Finn, lock in. In 2021, an alliance of banks was created to help reduce emissions called the UN's Net Zero Banking Alliance. And then, after Trump's election in 2024, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, and JP Morgan all left the alliance.
Very cool banking alliance saying, hey, banks, let's think about being friendly towards the world around us. Who knows if we can bank on an unhospitable planet. Inhospitable? Unhospitable. Both. All the banks on their own immediately after Trump's latest elections left.
I might have to zag here and say I don't care.
Oh.
Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
Because if you're like, are you surprised that Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, and JP Morgan said they were going to do something good and then didn't? You know what I mean? So like, I care in theory, but am I at all surprised? Like, no.
Such a good take that you're like, yeah, we were looking for moral leadership from Goldman Sachs.
Yeah. Like they were gonna save us.
We're gonna move you up only because of peer pressure, but I'm gonna clarify that's my peer pressure.
That's cool.
You kind of fought peer pressure in a kind of a cool way.
Yeah, like a hero type.
Yeah, you're kind of the hero, and then I'm sort of like an extra who gives into peer pressure.
That's definitely the relation right here. Extra hero.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's time to make it hotter.
Let's do it.
Ah, the steam. All right. Well, whenever you're ready, let's do another fact.
Oh, can I enjoy that initial like hit moment?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I know I'm not here to like enjoy this, but
I'm just moving it along,
oh,
and
this
you're
is
like,
great.
you're like,
Wait, I'm not gonna be able to say this word. And
Oh, do you want me to read it?
I just don't want Brazilians to be mad at me because I like Brazilians.
Yeah.
Once a Brazilian got mad at me online, but then we made it cool.
You reconcile with that Brazilian?
I reconciled that Brazilian, and then I got to know some Brazilians. They're a great people.
Yeah.
They're no Finns, but... Well, here, just say that word for me.
I would say Kakaro.
I'm going for it. Kakaro, a rhinoceros, beat out all human competitors with 100,000 votes in an election in 1959 for Sao Paulo City Council. It was a protest vote, and the electoral officials did not accept Kakaro's candidacy. I think that's very cool.
It's so cool.
And I genuinely care. I care about this like significantly more than the bank thing. For both like real and fun reasons.
This is 1956.
Yeah.
You and I live in similar worlds where we like want to do comedy and storytelling, but also like make it a difference in a meaningful way. So I love like absurdity as a political action.
Yeah.
Dude, 1956, people were so upset in Brazil. Cacareco means rubbish in Portuguese. They had slogans that said, "A rhino's better than an ass." And
So
they were
good.
putting this up, and it was student-led. Young people were like, screw this. And they got so many more votes than the next person. Like, they had more votes than the next human, a rhino. And then all the officials, of course, this is the thing about like humor and absurdity, they all got offended, and they were like, they did re-elections and they just took it way too seriously, which is even funnier.
Can I be nerdy for like 24 seconds?
Yeah.
You know, like cynicism, the ancient philosophical movement, Diogenes, that sort of guy. We need a return of that vibe, and this is that vibe. Like, performatively doing a thing that's funny, but also points out the bullshit of the system. These kids, well, now they're not kids, they're old, many of them are probably past. I think that's so great.
Yeah, I do think you really care. We're gonna move you up to, I think you really care. You're like,
I did about that.
Michael, it's time for a sponsor ad. Today's show is brought to you by Curiosity. Curiosity, yes, it killed the cat, but that was one time. Curiosity, sorry about that one cat death. Curiosity, don't want to victim blame, but it was more about the cat than curiosity itself. Curiosity. Okay, yeah, thanks. Thank you, Curiosity. Okay. It's time to turn it up.
I feel like you're dry as a bone compared to me.
How dare you? Seen me? Have you seen me? Oh my god, yeah. These 10 seconds where Michael really gets to live in the moment.
No, this is it.
This is it. All right, let's go to another fact. Let's do it. Let's go to another fact.
In 2022, the U.S. government provided $775 billion in support to fossil fuels, while renewables received only $15.6 billion. That's nearly 50 times more money for the energy sources actively destroying the climate. That sucks.
That sucks. Yeah. Well said. That's both direct and indirect subsidies.
Okay.
So a bunch of that is direct subsidies, which is crazy because it's just the government giving fossil fuel companies money.
Just money to be like, do whatever, like try to help out.
Tax breaks, or they just go like, yeah, you're fine. And indirect subsidies, things like the government covering the cost of after natural disasters. Natural disasters that are, of course, linked to climate change, to things like healthcare costs, to things like removing, to flooding. And this is an International Monetary Fund number of being like, if you look at all of those, the U.S. government every year is paying almost $1 trillion taxpayer money to fossil fuels, to these billion-dollar companies, shielding them, protecting them, cleaning up their messes, and giving, a couple casual billions to renewable, the thing that...
I will say I'm internally pivoting here, though. I maybe got more emotional because of the heat. But, like, also, duh.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? I think that's the hard part with some of this stuff is, like, it sucks, but I'm like, why would they do anything different than that? It's like, if you're surprised by this, I don't know what you mean. If someone is watching this and they hear that and they're surprised, I'm sure they're, like, a really good, nice person.
Yeah.
They work hard. They take care of their family. They have, like, hobbies no one knows about. It's just, like, of course. Like, what do you expect?
But what do you do to not fall to nihilism?
I think that's the hardest thing with this, because I think one could, and I don't want to encourage this, don't be nihilist.
Don't.
You could very easily think, like, if these guys in the banks are in charge and they keep doing this stuff, I almost said another word, what's the point? Like, what power do I have there? I do think that's why I find hope in paying attention to, like, activists and groups that are doing cool stuff. I have empathy for nihilism because they're like, what are we gonna do?
It is the scale of caring, not empathy, so we are gonna have to move. I'm kidding. We'll leave you cusp because there's another fact, and selfishly I want your take, and also it doesn't feel like you really need to get out of here. It would be almost rude to remove you from the sauna now.
Has anyone passed out?
No. Do you want to?
It'd be kind of fun to be the guy who did.
That'd be your legacy.
And then you could open with that clip.
Let's fake it.
The retention would be great.
Let's fake it for the cold open.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Michael, no! No! Oh, no! Oh, you gotta watch the full episode to see what happens. On today's,
sorry.
Do You Even Care?
There, just so you have it.
This is honestly kind of like a technical, we're holding you back, but for no real reason, except punishment. And punishment, I mean, look at you. Look at how happy this man is. This is unbelievable. This is the last fact. Last fact.
In one election cycle in 2016, fossil fuel companies donated $139 million to U.S. congressional campaigns. Those receiving donations were 13 times more likely to vote against climate legislation. Theme of the day for me.
Michael Burns' theme of the day.
Bad, yes.
Of course.
Surprised, no. So I care. But I'm also like...
Thanks for, if we can actually swear if it's whispered.
Okay. No, man. This is ridiculous. What the fuck are we doing, you idiot? I viscerally am mad at those companies. I'm annoyed at those congressional campaigns, but none of this seems outside the realm of how we do politics here in the United States of America.
Before we leave, before you really do this, and we have this really heroic moment, how would you think about reforming some of this?
No one do anything illegal. But there's some climate activists who I think really go for it.
Yeah.
And I think we can support, even if it's just supporting like ideologically, and saying to friends like, hey, maybe that did seem extreme that they put paint on that thing or whatever, but here's actually why it's super important and it's silly that we care about the painting when the planet's dying.
Yeah.
I think there are winnable campaigns these days at the state and local level, but important ones. So like in New York, we've seen a mayor win. And listen, I know this is a nonpartisan thing. Who knows who supports who? But a guy got elected in the biggest city in America, in the center of finance, who at least is ideologically committed to a lot of these good things. And there's other candidates in other cities doing that as well. Like, I don't think we're going to get like the top guy or person to go there yet, but I think that's like a real thing. And I think some pressure can be exercised that way.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like all the politicians, the banks, they just want to like make money and make people happy so they can stay in power. And if politicians know to stay in power, you got to stop murdering the planet while we sit there watching TV.
Finding passion that sustains you for the work feels essential. To sign up for the fight is to carry some of these things. It doesn't have to be these exact facts, but carry some of these things in your heart. Yeah, that'll motivate you.
Yeah, I think especially like finding political movements where that's a part of their principle, but not being the whole thing. Like shout out movements where that's the whole thing. But I think it's great when we see movements, organizations, parties, candidates who make climate an integral part of all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think that's more even maybe convincing when we can see how that affects this, which affects that, so people get that climate does affect housing cost. It does affect transportation. It does affect all these other things that you care about.
Yeah.
You know, delicious vegetables, things of that nature.
The final pitch is delicious vegetables. Michael, you've done it. You care. I think you came in, you cared a lot, you cared even more, and this is really exciting. We have a surprise for you. Cold towels.
Oh, yeah.
And we did get you a giant check because you care so much. It's important to shout out the people who care. And if you want to say anything about caring.
Care with other people. If you just care on your own, that's going to go away, but find other people that care about the stuff that you care about, and then you can encourage each other and do cool stuff together. But if you just care on your own, eventually you'll get distracted and it'll fizzle out.
That's it, Michael. Thank you. We did it.
Thank you so much. What a great time.
Sweatier than you thought?
No, I knew how bad it would get.
You crushed it.
Yeah, I mean, it felt good, but I
unfazed.
sweat really intensely.
Yeah.